Welcome back, Asian lovers, to part 2 of Korean Horror Journey. Bulgasari. In the annals of Korean folklore, the legend of the Bulgasari held a place of primal fear and mystique. It was said to be a creation born of ambition and wrought by the hands of a blacksmith who yearned to craft an unbeatable force. Forged from molten metal, the Bulgasari was a monstrous entity, a metallic behemoth that devoured all forms of metal with insatiable hunger. Its origins were steeped in the ambition of a blacksmith who sought to create a protector for his people, an invincible being to ward off any threat. At first, the villagers revered the Bulgasari as a guardian, a defender of their way of life. It roamed the land, a colossal creature consuming all metal in its path, growing stronger with each devouring feast. However, the blacksmith's creation soon turned against its creator's intentions. The villagers' joy morphed into dread as the Bulgasari's ravenous appetite expanded beyond simple protection, transforming into a relentless force that threatened to consume everything in its wake. The once venerated protector became a symbol of terror. Its presence struck fear into the hearts of all those who bore witness to its metallic gate, the clinking of devoured metal echoing through the valleys, a harbinger of destruction. As the villagers attempted to hide or discard their metal belongings, the Bulgasari's hunger only intensified. Its all-consuming nature knew no bounds, its path leaving a wake of barrenness, void of anything metallic. The fear of its voracious appetite spread, akin to the reach of its shadow. As the village succumbed to the ravages of the Bulgasari's insatiable hunger, a sense of hopelessness settled upon the once thriving community. Their tools and implements, vital for their survival, were devoured by the metallic monstrosity, leaving the villagers without the means to tend to their crops or build shelter. In a desperate bid to save what little remained, the blacksmith who had intentionally birthed the creature sought to undo his creation. He crafted a plan to quell the ravenous hunger of the Bulgasari, realizing the dire consequences of his ambition. Armed with knowledge and a heart heavy with remorse, the blacksmith ventured forth, armed with tools and wisdom passed down through generations. He delved into ancient texts and sought counsel from revered elders, determined to find a way to subdue the beast he had unleashed. In the dead of night, when the moon hung low, the blacksmith embarked on his solitary quest to confront the very entity he had forged. The village watched with bated breath, torn between hope for salvation and the impending dread of their imminent demise. Amidst the clattering echoes of the Bulgasari's feast, the blacksmith stood before the metallic titan, his gaze unwavering. With a heavy heart, he wielded the ancient knowledge, reciting incantations and performing rituals intended to quell the creature's unyielding hunger. The Bulgasari, as if awakened from an uncontrollable frenzy, halted in its tracks. Its metallic maw, once poised to consume, froze in a suspended state. A ripple of silence coursed through the land as the villagers held their breath, their hope teetering on the edge of despair. In a miraculous moment that seemed to defy the laws of nature, the blacksmith's incantations took hold. The Bulgasari shuddered, its hunger seemingly sated, the insatiable craving waning. It knelt before the blacksmith, a symbol of submission and obedience. The village, witnessing this miraculous turn of events, dared to breathe a collective sigh of relief. The once terrifying beast, tamed by the blacksmith's resolve and wisdom, became a guardian once more, albeit in a different light. The legend of the Bulgasari shifted from one of sheer terror to a story of redemption and the triumph of wisdom over unchecked ambition. It became a parable passed down through the generations, a testament to the consequences of unbridled creation and the power of repentance and knowledge to quell even the most insurmountable of threats. Dokkaebi. In the shadows of the Korean night, where the boundary between the mystical and the mundane blurred, The mischievous laugh of the Dokkaebi echoed through centuries. These goblin-like beings, elusive and capricious, played their tricks on mortals with an otherworldly glee. As the moon cast an ethereal glow upon the landscape, villagers shared stories of their encounters with these supernatural tricksters. The Dokkaebi were known to materialize in remote villages, their forms flickering in and out of sight like elusive specters. The tales spoke of farmers who found their fields tangled in inexplicable knots overnight, a mischievous handiwork attributed to the Dokkaebi. Crops, once neatly aligned, transformed into labyrinthian patterns that confounded the bewildered villagers. One memorable account told of a weary traveler who, lost in the depths of a dense forest, stumbled upon a quaint clearing illuminated by the soft glow of mystical lanterns. In the midst of the clearing stood a Dokkaebi, its impish grin revealing a mouthful of gleaming teeth. The Dokkaebi, with a voice that danced like wind chimes in a breeze, offered the traveler a choice, a riddle to solve or a dance to perform. Success would grant the wanderer safe passage. Failure would subject them to the Dokkaebi's mischievous whims. These encounters with the supernatural tricksters weren't always lighthearted. The Dokkaebi were known to test the moral fiber of those they encountered, imparting lessons through their enigmatic games. Some tales told of individuals who, swayed by greed or arrogance, faced consequences orchestrated by the Dokkaebi's unseen hands. Yet, despite their penchant for trickery, the Dokkaebi weren't wholly malevolent. In some stories, they were depicted as guardians of certain places, whimsically guiding lost travelers back to safety, or intervening in moments of dire need. Villagers, with a blend of trepidation and fascination, left offerings at crossroads and thresholds to appease the Dokkaebi, seeking to ward off their pranks or to invite their benevolent intervention. I hope you all enjoyed the tales of these beasts. Let me know in the comments if you have any more suggestions.